What's up everyone, it's Simon, and we had a couple extra minutes today, so I wanted to walk you through what it's like the way we haul out every day when we're going out on location here in Ethiopia with Yazal Minch Project. They're an awesome organization. Be sure to give them a like. We'll put a link to their website and Facebook down below. First, I'm going to talk about my bag, and then I'm going to walk through what each of our other guys are carrying and how we're kind of packing out. So first of all, every day when we leave, I'm carrying a 24-70 2.8 with the A7R3. This is on me at all times because we never know exactly when a photo moment is going to happen. We're definitely shooting a lot out of the vehicle as we're going around just because we don't have a ton of time, so it lets us be able to go quick and nimble as we're moving around between locations. I've been carrying a Shimoda 40-liter bag. This has been a fantastic bag to work out of. This is my first time using one. Inside it, I've got a variety of stuff. I've dominantly been directing and shooting stills, so that's kind of been my focus. Inside it, I have the 16-35 2.8, the 24 1.4, 90 2.8 macro, and the 70-200 f2.8. That's really the gist of the lenses in mine. I'm also carrying the RX100 and an Insta360 1X. Then on top of that, because we're all kind of having to multitask, I've been carrying around the Lytra Pros, which our most dominant use for lighting in some of these small rooms is actually this little clamp with arm and the Lytra Pro, and we're literally just clamping that onto the pieces of wood that are holding the roof up. Just because it is so short, it's easy for us to hide it up right by the ceiling and throw a little extra light into some of the rooms. I'll link a couple images right now for you to see. Then we've got the Platypod Ultra, which is super small, and we've used this a bunch, again, tight locations where we don't have a lot of space, setting this onto something so that I'm able to get the shot that I need. And I've got a little teeny mini ball head on it. One of the things we did for this project is every camera, except for the FS5, has an Arca Swiss plate, so that way we can jump between whatever tripod we have, so it's nice, quick, and makes us efficient. Then I've also got the 4-pack of our Sony Z batteries because we go through a lot of batteries. And then I also have our audio kit. Just one of those things, when we're setting up for interviews, I'm able to pull this out so we're able to set it up on the FS5, but we're not having to leave it rigged. I've also got a softbox for the Lytra Pro and a little 2-in-1 reflector. And then one of the most important non-camera items is actually, I carry wet ones around because we never know what we're gonna run into, whether you gotta clean your hands, clean a piece of gear, something like that. These always come in handy to have when you're out on location. In the main pocket where when we're traveling over from the US that my A7R sits, I've actually been keeping gaff tape, little diffusion covers for the Lytra Pro, memory card wallets, and FS5 batteries. That's what's kind of just kept us nice, quick, and efficient, having this stuff super easily accessible. And then in this bottom corner, I've got more batteries for the Atomos Shinobi, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Done with that bag. Now we're gonna go to the B camera, which is the main video camera. This person, it's balanced between Andy and Luke, carries the FS5. Then on our way to the car, we'll actually also carry the Ronin S, and these kind of stay out. We don't try to fit them in a bag because it does not fit well. This bag carries our video sticks, which has it's a Sure W2204 with the Manfrotto MV500. Or MVH500, I forget the exact name. Going back to my bag, I'm actually carrying a MiPhoto Road Tripper on my bag, which is a nice ball head that's great for putting the B camera on for interviews or getting shots that we need locked down. Inside this bag, we've got a variety of stuff. We keep a whole mess of our filters, which we're using for time lapse for when we need to diffuse the A7 cameras for those bright times. We've got a whole bunch of filters, and then we've also got the B angle A7, which we're using on the Ronin S and for B angle for our interviews. We've also got a second A7R III, which has been super handy for, I will grab this and attach the 70 to 200 to it and be able to dual wield cameras at sometimes you can see it here, here, and here. Then we also have another 16 to 35 because redundancy in the wide angle. Then up here we've got a 24 to 105, which is really the main lens that we've been throwing onto the A7 III. Then we've got the little guy, the Nifty 50. We haven't had to use it a ton, but it's one of those we didn't know low light situations we may run into. Also, we wanted redundancy for if something broke and we needed something in that focal range. Granted, we've got a lot of lenses in that focal range, but you can never have enough. We've also got some step-up rings in case we needed to filter some of those smaller lenses. Then we've also got a geodis blower and Rode Video Micro, which has been put on our B camera when we're using the A7 III. And then again, for redundancy, we've got a Rode Video Mic Pro. The reason why we're usually using the Micro over the Mic Pro is because it's smaller and lighter, which makes it easier to balance on the gimbal. We've also got more memory cards because you can never have enough memory cards. And then in the top, we've got miscellaneous batteries, things like that. Now we're gonna go over to our third shooter who is carrying our behind the scenes bag. We're shooting this video on the BTS camera, and that is the Sony A7 III with 24 to 105 with the Sony ECM B1M microphone. That's a brand new mic, which is absolutely amazing. And they're carrying the Mindshift Gear Ultralight Dual 25 liter, which is my favorite kind of day bag. It's got this little side pouch where we're able to put the camera if we're putting it away, but quite frankly, we rarely ever put it away because we're always shooting BTS. Also in the BTS bag, we're carrying an A6600 with the 20 f2.8 pancake lens. That's been a great little lens for us because it's so small, I can literally put this into my pocket. And we've gone into some areas where we couldn't carry anything bigger, which made this a very great choice because we're still able to get some quality footage from it. Also in this bag, we've got the filter rings for the Breakthrough photography magnet system, which has been a lifesaver. We have the 3-stop, the 6-stop, and the circular polarizer filters, which literally just snap onto the front of your camera, which makes it really easy to change as the light's quickly changing for us. Inside the BTS bag, we've been carrying our toolkit. This has Allen wrenches, spare parts, you name it, we've got it. Been a lifesaver in many situations. We're also carrying over-ear headphones for when we're shooting interviews or anything we really need to make sure audio is quality. Then, of course, the magnet filters in a Mindshift Filter Nest Mini. One of the things that we're all carrying is Cliff Bars because you never know when you're going to get hungry, and we have actually missed regular meal times quite a bit this week just because we're constantly running around. And then, last but not least, if we're needing to set down the tripod quick, we've got the switch pod with another mini ball head, similar to the Platy Pod. It's come in handy a few times, but it's one of those things, it's nice to have it just when you need it because you never know when you're going to need it. Now, what doesn't leave the van all that often is actually our lighting kit. So we've been carrying around one of the rolling bags we brought all our clothes in that happens to be the perfect size for us to carry around our lights that are a little bit bigger. So we've got 2 of the Westcott Ice Lights, and these have been great for doing our interviews. We've also got these little bags that we could throw sand in if we needed to weigh down a light. We've got spare batteries for the ice lights, and then we've got these nano stands, which we're using for putting lights out into a room, which comes in super handy. When we're putting the ice lights on, we actually take the mini ball head off of the Platy Pod and stick it on here, and then I'll put both ice lights onto a single bracket and make essentially a mini Kino flow light, which gives us a slightly bigger source, which makes a, I think, more pleasing light. Oh, excuse me. So that's kind of what it's been like for us on a daily basis carrying around all of our equipment. If you guys have any questions, any comments, leave something down below. If you guys have anything else, make sure you shoot me a message. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so you're notified when I upload the next video. Have a great week. I'll see you guys next time.